Okay, so I was explaining the plot of Love Never Dies, and my roommates decided this needs to be recorded for everyone to enjoy, or just us.
For the masses.
Who knows? We'll see. Okay, so Love Never Dies. Saw it in London with Ramin and the understudy. Okay, so chronologically, after the plot of the last one, Christine decides, that was a bad idea, I ended up with the wrong man. So she goes and she sleeps with the Phantom, and it's all like beautiful and they're touching and stuff. And then he's a pussy, so he runs away and leaves her there alone before her wedding night. So she goes and marries Raoul because, I mean, she's a smart bitch and she wants to get wed and whatever. Shit, there's our TV. I'm so glad I'm cursing for the internet. Yay! Mom, aren't you proud? So anyway, so he runs away to America, and he goes with the Giris, which we've determined makes absolutely no sense, because if he hadn't stuck around to sleep with Christine, he would have been, like, being chased down by the mob, and they would have been like, oh, did you get the Phantom? So the Giris would be like, oh, we helped you before, we will help you again, we're going to save your life, take care of you and stuff. But he obviously was safe enough that he was able to go have liaisons in the swan bed with Christine. So, mob, not so much really a problem, and I'm not really sure how the Giris decided they need to still protect him, but they do, and they go to America. And we go to Coney Island, where somehow the Phantom accumulates freaks. 3 of them. Small one, female one, bald one. And they're just there, and they're helping him out, hanging out, and Meg grows up, and she decides she wants to be queen of the strippers, because that's what they are in Coney Island, apparently. They're like anachronistic 30s, you know, strip teasers. And the Phantom has decided, with his giant penis-shaped capsule of his sex doll, that 10 years, it's too long, and he needs to hear Christine sing again, even though he's the one that ran away and left her. So he calls her up, and he's like, yo, Christine, come over, I have this remote-controlled or robot horse carriage that will take you to me. And so she arrives on the, you know, the Titanic, and she comes out, no, seriously, she comes out in this, like, what is it, the Red Hat Society outfit? I mean, this red hat, purple dress. I don't understand. And she's got the kid, and she's got the brooding, drunk husband. And,
just what we wanted. Wait, he became a drunk?
Yes, he magically became a drunk.
Oh.
Because he got everything you wanted in life.
Yeah, you know, when you get the beautiful woman of your dreams,
and you have a kid.
You just have to start drinking a whole lot, because damn, your life sucks.
You make it through the Titanic.
Man, I mean, you know, you survive the Titanic, start drinking.
Okay.
Anyway, and so go back to the explanation, which came before this video. So Coney Island, the Phantom now lives in this giant skull thing over all of Coney Island, because nothing says Happy Summer Adventures like Skull of Death! So he's up there with his penis-shaped capsule holding the sex doll. Writing really glorious music. Beautiful music. Obviously, it must be beautiful music. I mean, it starts with beautiful music, because that song is, Till I Hear You Sing, friggin' amazing. Ramin Karimloo. Anyway, back to, okay, so now Christina's arrived because she was told she needed to come sing. I believe she was asked by Roger Hammerstein? No, Rogers and Hammerstein? Or Mr. Hammerstein, they just keep calling him Mr. H. So, you already know the Phantom's telling a bunch of lies and stuff.
Good stuff.
So Raoul the drunkard has spent away his fortune, because again, that's what you do when your dreams come true. Blow your money and start to drink a lot.
It's a great message.
So they need lots of money, and that's why Christine has come all the way to America to sing. Oh man, this is rough. So then, they're in their, you know, they get kidnapped to Coney Island, and it's not really the Hammerstein she's singing for, but that's fine. Raoul goes down to the bar, and who should slip in the vagina-shaped balcony window? Oh, it's the Phantom! Who knew? Yeah, and so they sing this beautiful song about, oh, I touched you, and I felt you, and I rubbed you, and we had sex a lot before your wedding. And, you know, magically that means that the kid she now has is his, because obviously, first time's the charm, and you just impregnate like no other. It was before her wedding night, which she then went and got married, so who knows? The sperm could be Raoul's. I don't know. You know, who knows? But the kid can play 10 notes on the piano, so therefore, musical genius must be the Phantoms. Keep plotting.
Not her kid.
He plays 10 notes. Oh my god, he's my son. So you think about how they touched each other and had sex before her wedding night. And, you know, oh, the kid must be yours. And the Phantom, you know, he has special time with his son up in the Skull of Death. And this robot skull thing plays the organ. And it's this very angry, scary song. It's like, "Ra-da-da, beautiful things!" It's the beauty underneath, and it's really terrifying. So, like, I don't get it, but it's horrible. And the Giris are all angsty and upset because they're like, oh, we took care of you for 10 years and now Christine's back. And Meg's like, I want to be a star. Why is Christine a star? I want to sing the songs. So they're all upset, and there's a gun on the piano, and Madame Giry's like, oh, I have this gun. And you're like, oh, I start to suspect Madame Giry. And then, I don't know, more stuff happens, but eventually it ends up like Raoul's and... Oh, I forgot. Okay, so back on Vagina Balcony. Phantom promises Christine, okay, if you sing this beautiful number I've been working on for 10 years, I will send you home with money, I will leave you alone, I will never bother you again. She's like, okay, that, you know, I'll have to think about it, but that might be a good idea. So then, this next later scene that happens eventually, Raoul's in the bar being drunk, because that's his new character point, is instead of Prince Charming, he's drunkard. And, you know, instantly you're like, oh, bartender's Phantom, because that was my first thought. I was like, oh, I bet the bartender is Phantom, and the bartender is Phantom. And they sing this song, and it's great, because finally the guys are like, oh, I'm angry at you, and I'm gonna confront you in song, which they didn't get to really do in the other one. So that's nice. And then Phantom's like, okay, dude, tell you what. She sings this song I wrote for her, proves she loves me. If she doesn't, she loves you, and you'll go away, and I'll never bother you again. Christine, don't sing this song, and I'm gonna pursue you forever. Sing the song, and I'll leave you alone. Raoul, if she sings the song, she loves me, obviously, and if she doesn't, then I'll never bother you. So, Christine doesn't know about this bet, and she's thinking, oh, if I sing this, I get to be with my one true love, the drunk. So, yay. Climax of the show, which you've been building up for, is Love Never Dies, which uses every lovely cliche you could ever come up with, and is basically a vehicle for whatever the actress's beautiful high notes are. It's terrible.
It's
and the whole time you're just kind of watching the guys, and they're like, oh, I'm brooding over in this corner, and Rule's like, oh, I'm brooding over in this corner, and they're just kind of brooding around her while she sings this song, and I think at one point the kid's on the ladder humming his 10 notes.
His prodigy notes.
Yeah, his prodigy notes. And, you know, Meg's all upset now because Christine's singing the amazing song that he worked on for 10 years and he couldn't come up with better lyrics for. So she lures the little kid away, and you're like, oh, Meg, don't, this is a bad idea. And she takes him to the wharf, which you can tell it's a wharf because there's ocean and, like, a boardwalk. And everybody else is like, oh, the kid's missing now that I'm done singing the song. And somehow it's magically assumed that because Christine sang the song, she now loves the Phantom. She comes to that conclusion. Everyone comes to that conclusion. Even though the deal she made was, if I sing the song, that means I don't love you and I want to go off with Drunky. I don't understand. But magically, she now loves the Phantom, and everyone knows this. So they're all running off together to find the kid, because kid's missing, and someone's like, oh, I think he went with Meg. And she had a gun. You might want to go take care of that. So they get down to the boardwalk, and Meg's like, oh my god, I'm so upset! Why don't you love me? Why am I not the star? And the Phantom's like, oh, because you're not really that talented. You know, not everyone. You know, actually, he basically says to her what a director once said to me. You know, Meg, some girls are just B actresses and or singers. And some, like Christina, or Christine, or in my case, your sister, are A's. And that's fine. But Meg's got an effing gun in her hands, and that is not fine. And she's like, bah! And so as soon as he says, you know, some people like Christine are just better than you, she goes, well, shit, bang! Oh, Christine just got shot in the chest.
Shit bang.
Really unfortunate. So So Christine's there dying and just very sad, and she says to her kid, "Look, kid, this ugly guy with the mask is your father, but you should love him anyway, because, you know, beauty underneath. And I know you saw his face earlier and it scared the shit out of you, but he's your father. Love him. Not the guy that raised you for 10 years. Forget him. I forgot him real fast in the last 5 minutes. Love this guy." And she dies. She expires. And the kid's like, "Ooh, this guy still kind of scares me." So he runs away. And so the fandom's all there, and he's sad with the body, and very sad, and you're wondering what Meg has gone to do. Maybe she went and hung herself. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because the fandom obviously doesn't love her. And then Raoul comes walking back on stage with the kid. I was like, no, really, you should be with your real father, because I have no more monies, and I'm a drunk. So go be with the creepy mass murderer who, you know, by saying the wrong thing is now responsible also for the death of your mother. You should totally go be with him, because you're obviously both musical geniuses, and this will be just better for everyone.
And that's the end.
And that's the end.
How
That's
happy.
the plot of Love Never Dies. Love does die, because
Everybody
you upset the psychopath who was carrying a gun, and your love got shot. Love does die. Love should have died. The only good song of that musical was Till I Hear You Sing, which is fine out of context, and you should all go watch the video of it.